Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight I am going live, but a little bit different than what I normally do because I've had problems uploading my Facebook Lives to my YouTube channel. So I am trying something new. I want to see and verify that I am going live. Let's see. So bear with me. Okay, it looks like I am live. Yay. So it is working. Perfect. Hi, Ruth. Oh, good. I'm glad you're commenting because I can't see any comments. I can't see who's on if you don't comment. So sweet. We are live. All right. Perfect. I'm waiting for my screen to change. Yes, there's a delay. That's throwing me off a little bit. So tonight I am going to show you how to get 3 cards out of one 6x6 sheet of the Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper. I love this paper pack. It comes in your cherry cobbler, shaded spruce with a hint of the gold foil in it. And then you have your Night of Navy with the shaded spruce and the gold foil as well. So lots of different prints in this pack, and it's double-sided, so choose the side you love. Do you know how many cards you can get out of this big pack? If you're going to get 3 out of one 6x6, you can get lots. So I am using my featured stamp set for this month, which is the Perfectly Plaid bundle. It's a stamp set with the coordinating punch. So let's get started. It's going to take a little bit more tonight because we're doing 3 cards. So let's get started. I decided that I was going to go with the navy print for tonight. So really any of these navy prints is gorgeous. They're double-sided. This is the one I did on my samples. I mean, you can use any of the prints. I'll just use the one I already did. So one 6x6, we're going to do 3 cards. So first you're going to cut up your 6x6 piece. So I want this to be 5.5 by 6. So I'm going to trim off 1/2 inch. This is going to go in card number 2. Now I want to turn it so my 6 is across the top, and I'm going to cut off 2 inches. That is going to go on card number 2. Now I want to cut this at, let's see, I want 2 1/4, which leaves me 3 1/4. And I want to cut this down to 3 7/8. It's at 4 right now. I want it 3 7/8. That's card number 1. And this one is perfect the way it is. So we're going to leave that. Let me think about that. No, I got to cut it down to 3 3/4. So it is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So these are the little scrap pieces right here. This isn't, we're not going to use that for anything. Out of that 6x6, that's it. So card number 1 is this piece right here. Let me put this out of the way. I'll show you the finished card. This is card number 1. So pretty. Love it. Gorgeous. So our card base for card number 1 is cut 4 1/4 by 11. So fold that in half, which I've already scored it. Just like that. Now because it's a dark colored cardstock, we want to put a piece on the inside. So if you want to stamp your sentiment, if you want to stamp a tree on the inside, I'll just do a tree. I'm going to use my shaded spruce ink. And I'll just stamp it in the bottom corner here. Beautiful. I'll just put Merry Christmas on the inside, because on the outside I kind of have this sentiment. It's hoping that your busy year comes together in Christmas cheer. And then I'll put Merry Christmas on the inside. So very pretty. Make sure that you do your envelope as well. Make sure it all coordinates. So this is going to go on the inside. Like so. Now what we're going to do with this piece, before we stick it on our card, we're going to bring in our punch. Kind of center that in there. And punch out that tree. And that's going to be used on the next card. So we're going to set that aside. This piece now is going to be attached to this piece, just like that. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment at the bottom. Now the PDF file is in the Perfectly Plaid album. This is my featured stamp set for the month, so you will find the PDF file in that album. If you have placed a minimum $50 order with me this month and use the hostess code, you have received the unlock code so you can get into that album and get the PDF file. I'm hoping I'll be able to upload the video to YouTube, so it'll be up there as well. So there I stamped my sentiment at the bottom. Now I'm going to attach this. The prints in this pack are so pretty. I have a hard time deciding which print I want to use on my card. So I have just a tiny bit of that Very Vanilla showing on the sides. Then what I'm going to do is flip this over and put some adhesive. Come in with my Very Vanilla Gold Metallic Edge. And we're going to put this around here. Tack that down on the adhesive I put on the back side. Come around, grab my scissors and cut. And make sure that it's straight. I can see it straight because I can see my paper through the ribbon. That looks good. Now we can go ahead and attach this to our card base. You might want to use some liquid glue. I have the Fast Fuse, which is pretty sticky. And attach that to the front. Just like that. Then I used the scallop circle from the Layering Circles die and the stitch shape circles. And then I have my tree here. So we're going to layer this all up. This is going to be stuck down over top. You will never know that tree was punched out of there. Save that. We're going to come in with our dimensionals here. I think I'm going to cut a little bit from the side just to get in the peak. Or if you have the mini dimensionals, you can use those. Let's see, right there. And then I think I'll put one in the middle here yet. I want it pretty even all the way around, popped up. So we're going to pop that. I didn't take that. Yeah, I did. Center that. We're going to come in with our gold metallic pearls here. Where's my little pokey? Here it is. And just add your little gold to bring out the gold in your ribbon. In your little ornaments here. So pretty. Just kind of all around like that. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create that double bow. So we're going to bring in Dean's Bow Maker. The bow maker is available to order. It is on my blog, www.thestampcamp.com. If you scroll down the right hand side, you'll see the buy now button. Click on that and you can buy one of Dean's double D bow makers here and make a double bow. This is gorgeous ribbon to do the bows. And you can make them lickety split and they look gorgeous every time. So there they are. Isn't that gorgeous? And you got the double loop bow there. Just gonna work it. Okay, then we're going to attach it. So you can use mini glue dots or you can use the liquid glue. Sometimes I do both, the glue dots and the liquid glue. Whichever you prefer, they're pretty sticky. And then just trim up those tails. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So card number 1 is done. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I wish you could see it in person. Gorgeous. Okay, card number 2. Card number 2 is this one right here. We're going to use that little tree that we punched out of card number 1. Our card base is again the Knight of Navy. So we're going to fold that in half. We're going to attach this to the inside, and remember that little strip I told you we were going to use when we first started our first cut. I got a dimensional stuck on my finger. I'm going to use this and attach it to the inside. I'm going to follow my grid so that I get it straight, and I'm kind of going to go off. And then I'll take my scissors and just trim that. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Love this paper. Gorgeous. Now you can stamp the sentiment on the inside if you like. I'll just quickly do that. Just like that. And then that's ready to go on the inside. So you can use your Designer Series paper to decorate your inside, or you can stamp with your coordinating stamps. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, so for the outside, I have a little piece of our Very Vanilla, and that is going to be stamped with the Shaded Spruce. And adhered to the front. You can see how quick and easy these cards come together. I'm going to use my grid again to get this lined up. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take the strip. This was the first strip that we cut. And attach that to our card front. So it's going to be right beside our piece here. Let's see, make sure I get straight as I can, just like that. Perfect. Then the next thing is I took the scallop layering circles again, die cut that. I took the tree punch, punched it out of the shaded spruce, and then die cut it out with the circles. So we're going to attach all this to the front. And then this I want to pop up. So I'm going to just come in with the dimensionals. Pop that up, and I want to get some little ones here for the side. One there, and there. So we're going to pop this part up. Just like that. Now we're going to take our piece that we punched from the last card, put adhesive, and we're going to stick that down inside. So I just center it down, and then where's my pick? And pop that down inside there. So it gives the green is actually higher up, a little dimension there. And then what I did with this is you can either use, let me see, the rhinestones and color them with your blends, or let's see here, I have the holiday rhinestones, so they're already pre-colored. And you can use the navy or the cherry cobbler. On my sample, I used the cherry cobbler, but I think I'm going to try the navy tonight. See how that looks? I love it. It's pretty. You can do a mixture of colors. I put the big one towards the top, and then I kind of put the little ones kind of as I go down the tree. I put the smaller ones. It's kind of probably hard to see that. You can see them kind of sparkle. And then this has the red. Is it dark? Very dark? It seems very dark. There, you can see the red that way. How about this? The blue is going to be hard to see. Love it. So that is card number 2. And then the final card, number 3, is this one right here. And it's like a Z-fold card. All right. This is what we have left from our designer series paper. So the card base is 4 1/4 by 11, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. So you're going to fold it in half. And then it's at 2 3/4. So basically you're just going to fold it back towards that fold line. Just like that. So the inside piece, we're going to stamp our tree in the corner here. I'm going to use this one right here. You ink it up, or this is how I do it anyway. I ink it up and I stamp it directly on. Then the other one has like the leaves to fill in. And what I do with that is I ink it, but I stamp off. And then I stamp on my tree. Like that. And it just fills in. But it's a little bit lighter shade. And then my sentiment is going to go right there. And now we can attach that to the inside. So we're going to put that in, just like that. On our front flap here, I have a piece of the Berry Vanilla. We're going to attach that. And then we'll have our piece that is left over. And that's going to get centered here on the front. Then again, with the circles, I have the largest scallop circle in the Night of Navy. And then we have the very vanilla circle. Get these all assembled. And then again, I punched a piece of the shaded spruce with the pine tree and then cut it out with the stitched circles. And that is going to be popped up. In fact, I'm going to pop up a tree. At the same time, I'm going to stick them together with the dimensionals. That way it fits perfectly inside the tree. And then I'll just take my dimensionals off, the little papers. I'll put one in the middle of my tree too. Like that. So it's kind of even all the way. Stick that right in the center like that. So this whole part is popped up. And now we just want this half right here glued down. You don't want to do this or you're not going to be able to open up your card. I was going to do liquid glue, but I think I can do it with the fast fuse. That way I don't have to fold it. So again, about halfway, just like that. So you shouldn't see any adhesive there. And then again with your rhinestones. And that's the end of that card. That was a quick one. I think I'll use the red just because it shows up better. And I don't want to go so big. I'm going to go smaller at the top. And just kind of work my way. I do the little tree on the inside as well because you can see him on the front. I like that. So my inside is decorated as well as the outside. Love these little things on the trees. So pretty. So just like that, that is your easel, not easel, Z-fold. Just like that. Cute, 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 cute. I had some extra trees here for another project. But that is my project for tonight. I don't know if I can see your comments or anything. Maybe. It's always hard when you try something new for the first time. Thank you, pretty card. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. So that is how you get 3 cards out of one 6x6 piece of cardstock. Isn't that cool? Do you know how many cards you can make out of a 6x6 in a whole pack? A lot. I should have counted them out, but I didn't. I don't know how many is in the pack, but look at how thick that is. And I've been using this paper, so you can get a lot of cards. So if you'd rather do the red, you can use your red paper. If you like the blues, you can do the different blue paper. The same with the projects, the easel cards that I showed on my, at the beginning of the month, my featured pack of cards that you can make. If you'd rather do those in the blues, you can do them in the blues. If you like the reds, you can do them in the reds. So gorgeous print. Love that little touch of gold that runs through. But that is my little project for you for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.